Welcome to the Top Step with Ryan Rowland-Smith.
How we going, mates? Welcome to the Top Step. It's episode 2. We have got a great episode for you. Alex Mayer from the Seattle Mariners is joining me for the first segment, and then I head down to the ballpark, and I have my people down there. I've got Gabe Speier, Trent Thornton, and Tayler Saucedo all sit down. We have a lot of fun. That's coming up right after the break. Now, before we get to all of that, make sure you go to @thetopstep.tv on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and you follow along. We have got a great show for you today. It is time for Eyes on the M's, brought to you by King LASIK. Dr. King has performed over 150 procedures, the most in North America. Hey, by the way, including me, 9 years ago. Best decision I ever made. Do what I did, ditch the glasses, go to kinglasik.com, click the link below, and you can get perfect vision, just like I did. All right, Alex Mayer, we want to dive right into it. Cal Raleigh just signed that big extension. It was so exciting. It was so much fun sitting in that press conference and seeing his family there and his teammates. What do you got on Cal Raleigh? What are some of the goods we've got?
Yeah, wasn't that the best? I feel like that news conference was like the perfect way to start the season. It's just like Cal is just means so much to the city, to the organization, to the fan base, to you, to me, to everybody. So like that was such a cool way. I'm glad. I mean, I would have been glad if it happened like around Christmas or or in the middle of summer. But the fact that it happened right around opening day just made it all the more special. So I just want to start off by saying that numbers wise, I mean, where do you start with Cal? I mean, you could go offense, you could go defense. We could start with the defense. Obviously, he's coming off Gold Glove award, first Mariners catcher to ever win a Gold Glove. Not even as the old skipper won one. And obviously, he was a very good defensive catcher here for many years. So Cal won the Gold Glove Award, and then we found out, a month or so later that he won the Platinum Glove Award, which Cal even admitted himself that he was a little surprised to win it. Not because he didn't deserve it, but, it only goes to one fielder in each league. So that says a lot, I think, about like what he did on the diamond.
What qualifies you to get the platinum glove over the Gold Glove?
Yeah, I mean, the Platinum Glove, I mean, they've only been doing it now for I think about a decade, 10 years or so, and Cal was the first Mariner to go Platinum. It's just the best fielder in the American League, best fielder in the National League. And, I think Nolan Arenado or Yadier Molina have the most. I know Anthony Rizzo won one. Like, it doesn't go to a ton of catchers. Yadier, obviously, the Yadier PR train in St. Louis was doing its work there, so he was solid. But
awesome,
yeah. Cal was
Alex, you know what's crazy? This time a year ago, or right as the season was kicking off, they weren't even ranking him in the top 10. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
It was kind of shocking, to be honest with you. It was wild.
Yeah, you never know what some of those national pundits think, but you talk numbers, I'll talk numbers. Like old school numbers, he's led big league catchers and caught stealing in back-to-back seasons with a very respectable percentage too. It's not like they're just running on him in volume. Don't run on Cal. I mean, he's led the league in catcher caught stealing 2 straight years, something only 3 catchers have done since they, reliably tracked it in 1974. It's just him, Hall of Famer Gary Carter, and Jim Sundberg. So that's amazing company to lead the league in back-to-back seasons. And then we could go new school stats defensively too. I mean, you want to talk the framing runs. He had 13 catcher framing runs as Fangraphs measures it last year. That led the league too. So it's no matter how you spin it, whether it's framing with these advanced metrics that can measure it down to pinpoint, or caught stealing, that goes back years. No matter how you spin it, he was the best defensive catcher, and he was finally rewarded for it.
With Julio and Cal, first of all, the fact that the Mariners, and it was such good news leading into the season to see him get extended to lock him up.
Yeah.
Because for so many different reasons, man. I mean, he touches the staff, he touches the clubhouse.
Yeah.
He obviously the leadership and everything else. But then also too, you have the offense. It's rare, right? Like you mentioned, Yanner Diaz with the Astros.
Yeah.
You know what? And some of these other guys too, man. And again, there were some really good offensive catchers who were good behind the dish too. Don't get me wrong, but you're talking 30+ home runs. Hit the home run last night. You have a feeling like if you can get the next 4 to 5 years, what he does defensively, because everything you just rattled off, and then you add 25, 30 home runs, a switch hitting catcher. It's so rare, man. It is so rare.
Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned the home runs. I mean, he's led Major League, not just American League Major League catchers and home runs in each of the last 3 seasons. He hit 27 in 2022, his breakout year, his second season, his full season in the big leagues when he, got used to the big leagues. He hit 27 homers that year, including the postseason clincher, of course. That led the big leagues. Then he came back, hit 30 in 2023. Then hit 34 last year. Also became the first Mariners catcher to drive in 100 runs. I mean, he had that monster game 162 to get to 100 ribbies. So he's I mentioned the catcher caught stealing note. He's also the first catcher to lead all of big league backstops and home runs in 3 straight years since Mike Piazza. So you want to talk arguably the best hitting catcher of all time. I'd probably still go Johnny Bench or even old school Josh Gibson or Roy Campanella, but Mike Piazza certainly has his own case, and Cal is reaching Piazza territory.
Yeah, there's some good stuff offensively. We're starting to see some good patterns again. That's for sure. All right, listen. This segment is brought to you by King LASIK. Go to kinglasik.com. Do the 15-minute consultation. This has been Eyes on the M's with Alex Mayer. Alex, I appreciate it, buddy. And by the way, we have got 3 of your favorite bullpen members joining me for some fun right after the break. Don't go anywhere. Keep it right here on the Top Step.
Olympic Hot Tub is proud to feature endless pools, swim spas designed for swimming, staying fit, and entertaining at home year-round. More information about unlocking your potential at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
See life better with perfect, clear, natural vision from King LASIK.
Being a former professional athlete, I still love staying active. From paddleboarding, snowboarding, even playing with the kids, everything was such a hassle dealing with glasses and contacts. I'm so grateful to Dr. King and King LASIK. It's amazing how much better I see life.
I'm Dr. Joseph King. Let's free your eyes from the hassle of glasses and dirty contacts.
Schedule your free consult at kinglasik.com. King LASIK. See life better.
I'm attorney Rob Iddens, owner of Warrior Injury Law. We helped Bobby, who was hurt riding the bus.
I was very happy with the outcome. I would recommend this company over all the rest.
If you've been injured, call us at 253-WARRIOR. Warrior Injury Law. Battle tested. Eddie's!
Olympic Hot Tub is proud to feature hot spring spas, relaxing, healthy saltwater soaking, and hydro massage for your home. Information about unleashing your best self at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
All right, welcome back to the Top Step. We have got the San Juan Seltzer interview, and I've got 3 of my favorites. We have got Gabe Speier, Trent Thornton, and Saucedo. By the way, Sauce, you've been on this show before.
I have.
Did you enjoy the time?
I did. Yeah.
You were on the IL at the time.
Yeah.
And it was right after the little viral clip. Was that on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch. Yeah.
How was that? I got to ask, fellas, how was that like perceived from like teammates? Were guys like, what is he doing? Was it, oh man, what a legend?
We all saw the clip on Twitch or Twitter or whatever it was, and we loved it. But the real surprising part was when they played it on that board during the game. Ooh. And we're like, did they really just play that? But it got the people fired up, and as
don't forget, we won that night.
Yeah, we
came back and won. So
we were fired up. We were juiced.
So
ready to go.
You guys weren't like when they put it on the screen, because I was thinking this too. Because I remember, look, back in the day, I mean, I'm sure you guys have the same thing. You probably rip each other, and if you're doing anything sort of like extracurricular, anything that's kind of out of your, I know he's different, right? He's different to most. But if you're doing anything out of sort of like you're sort of breaking out of your comfort zone a little bit, your teammates are going to give you a bit of a ripping. And you rip it and it's like, what are you doing? Or you guys were fired up from it?
No, we were fired up.
Nice.
Yeah, they texted the group chat and they were like, they all said the same thing, like they just were like sending the same quotes that I was saying in the Twitch. So I don't think anybody really minded it that much. So
Are you guys, when you guys hit the road, head out on the road, you guys, is this like the crew? You guys hanging out on the road a lot?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say our bullpen as a unit is pretty close.
The whole bullpen?
Yeah, like we vibe very well together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that rare? Like, I know you guys come from different teams, from the Blue Jays or the Royals. You ever had a situation where it hasn't been that way? Because I went sort of back and forth, man, like where you have that, like, the bullpen was all tight, but then you'd have that one or two guys who were, maybe they're struggling or something changes, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's kind of that separation?
I mean, I think, Trent can attest to this. Like, when we were with the Blue Jays, like, I didn't really, talk that much, which I know is surprising. But, yeah, I was pretty quiet. Like, a lot of people thought I was a mute. So, and I just think that, I didn't really feel like I had a place there, nothing against the guys, but it just, I don't know, it didn't really mesh until, we got here. And I think, just because, the Mariners emphasize it so much on, personality,
right,
that, they find the right guys, and, it's really easy to mesh.
Was that because you're, rookie, stay in your place?
Yeah, and I think
stuff?
we had, a lot of, older guys on that team, too, so I was just kind of, trying to find a place, and, I just didn't really know how to, if I could be myself, because I could be perceived in a weird way, so I just kind of kept to myself until I got here, and so that's I think letting everybody be who they want to be is, I think, a huge thing, and why this bullpen has had success.
When you were on the show last year, you talked about something, I'll never forget it. I've asked Woody about this, and I've asked other guys too about it, and I've asked other guys from different organizations. You said you had a meeting, and you mentioned Trent. I know, Gabe, you're in the same situation. You come from another organization where you may have had some struggles or whatever it was, and you come in, you have that meeting, and you walked out of there and said to Trent, you're like, hey, have you ever had a meeting like this with a different organization? He's like, no way. Can you explain, Trent, I'll ask with you, can you explain what that was? I mean, you're coming off a couple of years with the Blue Jays, whatever, you may have gone through struggles or whatever it may have been. What was different when you got to the Mariners with that meeting?
It's a confidence thing. I think the Mariners pitching organization as a whole does such a good job of breathing confidence down your throat. We're all here for a reason. We all have good stuff, or we wouldn't be in the big leagues. But Seattle takes what you're good at, enhances it. The things you want to work on, they know how to help you do everything. But it's you're having that elite level of confidence while you're doing it, and every guy in the bullpen has your back. So it's you're not just winging things. It's there's a reason and a purpose for everything that we're doing. And especially for me personally, when I got over here, Woody and Trent just opened my eyes to what pitching really is, and you become more of a complete pitcher. You know how to dissect the game and your use your repertoire to your advantage, and the percentages of everything, and just them showing that you're a true investment and that they want the most out of you and to maximize your potential. You feel like they truly believe in you, and I think they do. I think all you guys would attest to that. They believe in you. They're when your name is called, there's a reason you're on the mound. And just feeling that and experiencing that for the first time consistently, it was wow, I am a big leaguer. I should be on the mound. I believe in myself, and that's such a cool feeling to have, because you feel like you're in control.
Welcome back to the Top Step. This segment is brought to you by Olympic Hot Tub. Guys, I finally got a chance, me and Amanda got a chance to go visit the showroom. We met Don, the owner, and his staff. They're awesome. They showed us all the new technology. And guess what? We pulled the trigger on a saltwater hot spring spa. I cannot wait. They're going to come install it in the backyard. It's going to be an epic summer. So if you want to let Olympic Hot Tub help you feel, live, and be better, start today at olympichottub.com or go to one of their 8 showrooms. Better you, better life, olympichottub.com. All right, let's head back down to the ballpark with Trent Thornton, Gabe Speier, and Tayler Saucedo.
My time with the Royals, I was just kind of figuring it out, trying to get big league hitters out, trying to be perfect. And I had some success and some, not success, bad times. And I came here and they showed me the numbers, what it does when you get ahead. And it was simple for me. I kind of just took it and ran with it and kind of made it my identity. I guess before, my time with the Royals, I didn't really have a direction. I was just out there trying to get guys out, just any way I could. And then they kind of gave me these guidelines of, throw your strike ones, throw your, when the 1-1 counts as well. Yeah. And when you're in 2 strikes, punch outs will follow, good outings will follow, and then, ultimately at the end of the year, good year. And so they really just gave me those guidelines, something that I could follow and really just reach for and try to go out there and do, and this is who I am kind of deal. And, I was able to go out and do it. So, yeah.
That's that's all well and good when you're sitting in a room, right? Like at the beginning of spring training.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden you get into the season, and it's, at one point, like last year, right? Like, you know, Trent, you had a time where you struggled. Gabe, same thing. There was some injuries involved. You know, you trying to, whatever you were doing over at first base, and then all of a sudden you end up on Twitch. But like at some point, there's like a struggle in there, right? Mid-season. Talk us through that process, man, because there's been I've had teammates, myself, where it just gets derailed. Like there's no coming back because you're so in your head. How do you get through that point and finish up the year strong, and then get to a place? All of you went through arbitration this offseason. I want to get into that, but how do you get through those moments in the middle of the season?
For me personally, I think like Woody and Trent do a phenomenal job of communicating. So like when I went through my rough stretch, like I want to say it was July, maybe a little bit of August. You know, I'm looking at, am I doing my first pitch strikes? Am I winning the 1-1 counts? And I was winning them, but the results weren't showing what I was doing. So I was getting frustrated because I felt like I was doing the things that I wanted to do, but the results weren't following. So when I had these conversations with Trent and Woody, they're like, hey man, like don't overthink this. Like baseball happens like that. Like sometimes like luck just doesn't go your way. And I want to say the last like month and a half of the season, like I didn't let myself get into this deep, dark place. Like, you have to kind of keep a straight eye of what you're trying to do, and things take care of themselves. And again, we all have good stuff. We all can get major league hitters out. It's just not letting your brain go to the wrong direction and go down in that deep hole, because baseball is a game of failure. It's a really hard game, and it's really easy to feel sorry for yourself, but no one feels sorry for you, like, because we're all in the same situation. So that's kind of the crappy part. But like, if you're able to get yourself out of that and kind of stay on the track, it'll all weave itself out.
Have you guys ever gotten into that place where you're just like, man, this is over in like a year? Like this is that, you know, I'm getting DFA'd, who knows where I'm going to be at?
Yeah, I kind of live there. Yeah. Like, I kind of just stay there. I don't know, I lean into it a little bit. I think having a little bit of fear and like not letting it overcome you is like, it kind of keeps you alive, you know?
Like never getting comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Like, or feeling like you got this figured out.
Yeah, like we kind of came into it, like I think we kind of had a good idea that like, you know, like as long as we do what we're supposed to, like the position was ours for, you know, and but I was saying to these guys, I was like, sometimes I feel like a street dog that's been housed now, because, you know, I don't know how to like interact. I only know like when my back's up against the wall. Right. So like, I think just keeping that perspective, because like I said, relievers is extremely volatile. Like, you know, you're in and out. Like, you know, we're not gonna end with the guys that we all came with. So it's just always like trying to maintain that focus, that, you know, the process.
Olympic Hot Tub is proud to feature endless pools, swim spas designed for swimming, staying fit, and entertaining at home year-round. More information about unlocking your potential at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
See life better with perfect, clear, natural vision from King LASIK.
Being a former professional athlete, I still love staying active. From paddleboarding, snowboarding, even playing with the kids, everything was such a hassle dealing with glasses and contacts. I'm so grateful to Dr. King and King LASIK. It's amazing how much better I see life.
I'm Dr. Joseph King. Let's free your eyes from the hassle of glasses and dirty contacts.
Schedule your free consult at kinglasik.com. King LASIK. See life better.
I'm attorney Rob Iddens, owner of Warrior Injury Law. We helped Bobby, who was hurt riding the bus.
I was very happy with the outcome. I would recommend this company over all the rest.
If you've been injured, call us at 253-WARRIOR. Warrior Injury Law. Battle tested. Eddie's!
Olympic Hot Tub is proud to feature hot spring spas, relaxing, healthy saltwater soaking, and hydro massage for your home. Information about unleashing your best self at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Welcome back to The Top Step. The Top Step is proudly brought to you by Warrior Injury Law. Are you injured? Call attorney Rob Iddens at 253-WARRIOR. That's Warrior Injury Law. Battle tested. All right, let's get back down to the ballpark and get back with the fellas in the bullpen. All right, welcome back. We're at T-Mobile Park with Gabe Speier, Trent Thornton, and Tayler Saucedo. We're going to do a little quiz, see if they know their teammates and what they come up with here. Now, I've given you all a whiteboard. Don't show each other your answers here. But I'm going to ask you some questions. The first one's kind of easy because you're not going to throw a teammate under the bus just yet. The first one I've got for you. Which city has the best hecklers on the road? Like I'm talking the most clever heckle. If you got a specific example, let's see it.
I mean, I do have a specific example.
I like it.
I can't use it though.
We can't use it?
No.
Can you use a PG version?
No.
I have a different one. It's all good.
Okay, you want to show? Let's have a look. Reveal. Who we got? Boston, Philly, Boston. All right. What is it about the Fenway Park? What do we got?
They're right on top of you. So like you can throw a pitch and they
can't
can
avoid
touch
them.
you. Like you can't avoid
Right.
them.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a tough place to pitch, and pitching in Fenway in general, like their fans are.
Right.
If they get any momentum, their fans get into it.
What Philadelphia, dude? I mean, I've had an opening day there. Woo. It was rough. I've never experienced anything like that. But there's been some good ones. There's been some clever, like young kids ripping. I'm like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Any specific examples of some good heckles on teammates or yourself?
I don't have a specific one, but I just know that in Philly, the reason I wrote it is because they were like looking up social medias and like saying your kid's ugly and stuff, like
Right.
they were getting personal, like
Getting
real personal. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's getting personal, but nothing clever, nothing like where you guys are laughing. We had. Do you
just
remember?
can't share it. You can't say it out loud.
All right, number 2. Okay, here's a scenario for you. Which teammate gets the most big league and big leagues their teammates? Now, here's a scenario. Just had 5 good outings, got some media attention. They're feeling themselves, walking around the clubhouse. They're controlling the music. Don't be looking. Don't be looking.
Oh, that's a good
Who gets the most big league after they've had a little bit of success? You're like, oh man, clean it up.
Oh man.
Feel free to throw each other under the bus too. Good dudes, don't get me wrong, but they can, they're feeling a little bit.
Yeah, it's got to be.
All right, let's have a look. Who we got? Troy.
Did you say Troy? Oh my God.
Dude, I should have invited Troy up. Troy Taylor, all right. So we're talking about a couple good outings, couple punches, a few tickets, and what? You got any specific examples?
I mean, I'm just messing with Troy, to be honest, but
his chest does get a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
It just depends on how many times he mentions AA, and then he's like, back in AA. It's like, dude, we're in the big leagues, man.
I like it. Well,
he wears Skechers too.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's trying to be Clayton Kershaw.
No, we love Troy though.
We got some Bryce Miller.
Yeah, Bryce just gets louder.
Okay, he gets louder.
He just gets more like talkative.
Okay. All right. Who's the most pouty after they've struggled a little bit? Walks around like rain cloud over their head. It's like, dude, just like it's just straight life or death. Like, here we go. All right. We don't be showing. We got me, Saucedo. All right. Specific examples. What do we got?
I mean,
don't talk to me.
Don't approach.
So are we talking after one rough one? Like
he holds himself accountable though.
Okay, I like that.
I will give him that.
Okay.
I mean, you got to give him 24 hours.
All right. I think we have time for one more. Now, this is the How to Speak Australian segment brought to you by the Kangaroo and Kiwi Pub. If you go to @thetopstep TV, you can play along and you can kind of guess and see, or you can tell me which one you think is the best when I'm going to give you this question. Now, Gabe Speier has a little bit of a leg up. Now, I knew your brother-in-law was a punter. I didn't realize he was one of the Aussies in the NFL.
Yep.
The 49ers.
Yes.
See, that's how much I know football. That's terrible. So you might have a leg up here. We'll see. Now, I was going to make this easy and give him a little like softball question, but I want you guys, I'm not going to show you here actually. I want you to draw, see how well you know the country of Australia. That's where I'm from, by the way.
Draw Australia?
I want you to draw the outline of Australia. Let's go. Let's see it.
Oh no.
Let's see it.
Just
and I'll show you how it looks, and we're going to see who can do the best.
Isn't it like there's like a point here?
Good efforts here too.
Down, and then it's like.
Yikes. I'm already looking at some of these.
So it kind of looks like that.
It's like Texas.
Dude, I want to stop doing things with Trent, like especially drawing
I'm
things.
redoing mine.
I think I just recreated the
I
USA.
was like, is that Florida?
That's recreated the USA.
Is that decent?
Oh my God. Let's have a look. See, Gabe should have a leg up, man, or brother.
I don't.
You know what? All right. So turn them around. Let's have a look. I mean, these are pitiful.
Florida's in.
Oh my goodness.
Did you just do
All right,
I
now,
think I
I'm
just
going to
did
show you the
USA.
real deal. That's how it looks right there.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going for.
That's what you're.
I had it upside down.
I forgot
This
that
is
little
Tasmania.
island.
This is called the Great Australian Bite, by the way.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are learning something. You just threw that on at the end.
No,
that was
Okay,
it.
fair enough, fair
No, I'm
enough.
just
All right, you have to let me know which one.
I just have to
you'd like
rotate
to-
it.
This is.
I just had to. It's just a rotation. Just
Do you know
flip
no
it.
other country besides the
No,
United
just
States?
like flip it. Just flip it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
That's pretty woeful. See, I'm glad I gave you a tough question. Fellas, this was a blast, man. I'm wishing you guys all the best for 2025, having a good year, and good luck with everything.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking about something.